1 year ago today was a very sad day here on the Suncoast. Our beloved manatee, Snooty, was found dead, killed in a tragic accident inside his enclosure. The panel used to access plumbing had somehow come unbolted, and Snooty swam in and he couldn't get out. Snooty was a Suncoast treasure. We all loved him so very, very much. More than 2 million people had visited him at the museum, and many, many thousands more followed him on the Snooty cam all around the world. I'd done stories about Snooty for 20 years, and every time I walked to the edge of his pool, he swam up and gave me a kiss. Okay, later his trainer told me that Snooty does eat his own poop, so I probably shouldn't kiss him on the mouth. But Snooty's kisses were worth it. He had celebrated his 69th birthday just the day before with a huge party. He was the oldest manatee in captivity and probably the oldest manatee in the world. His birthday was in 1948 in a Miami aquarium, the first recorded birth of a manatee in human care. He was hand-raised and he loved humans. That manatee, when other manatees came to live with him, he treated them like a pet, like a nice dog, but he bonded with the humans. And there was one thing that manatee loved: a camera. If somebody walked in with a small camera, he went right straight toward them, head up, smile. And then a bigger camera came in, he'd go for the bigger one every time.
He was a divo. Animal Outtakes did 3 shows on him. And when I first moved here, I'm probably not supposed to say this, but I'm going to. I was allowed to go into the water with him. And he was the gentlest creature that I have ever met. I mean, other than our dogs, of course. And one thing he used to do, did he do it for you, Linda? He would actually take your hand like this, and he would caress it while he was kissing you. And he was absolutely marvelous, and you're right about that camera. He knew exactly how to look up, how to pose himself. He was great.
And Marcia, is that just because of his exposure to humans from such an early age?
Yes.
He bonded with humans from the very moment of his birth.
That was probably part of maybe a side problem. He had no fear. He had been taken care of for 69 years. He didn't have any, to my knowledge, any close calls. He didn't have to worry about being the prey for anybody.
Right.
And so he was just a really naive, innocent manatee.
But very smart.
He was very smart.
They said he could
intelligent.
remember behaviors he'd been taught when he was 1 year old, and he could still do those behaviors at 69. And he could recognize the voice of caretakers from many years back. They would come back to visit them. He'd hear their voice from far away, and he would go right toward them and up out of the water.
But the last 2 that were in the tank when this unfortunate accident happened, we were there filming. He was the divo. He was going to let everybody know, it's about me, you guys. It's about me. You can just swim over there to the other end. He was just a character. He had personality beyond belief. It's a real tragedy.
So in the animal world, though, in his tank, he was alpha. I mean, it was his tank.
Absolutely. He was all of that.
Yes.
And then some,
Yes, his caretaker said he thought he was just a bald-headed man with whiskers.
Right.
To him, he looked just like all these other humans. And he really loved the people around him. And they loved him. He was like a brother, a sister. I mean, when he died, I couldn't get over it for a long, long time.
What do you think his legacy is?
Oh, his legacy is going to live on for a long, long time. The Manatee Rescue and Rehabilitation Program at South Florida Museum and the Parker Aquarium continues to honor Snooty, so that continues constantly. Many, many, many manatees will be saved because of Snooty. We will never forget him. And the South Florida Museum and the Aquarium and Planetarium have wonderful programs, new programs all the time. It's a great place to take the whole family, and you will just be amazed, and you'll learn a lot. And for more information, go to the southfloridamuseum.org.